All right, Diablo, how's it going?
Good, good. How about yourself?
Good. Just getting it in, grinding, doing these interviews. How about you? Everything's good?
Yeah, everything's good. Just grinding, getting this music in.
I hear that, man. You got some big music videos that you've done. What, two videos?
Yeah, I have
Over
a
a
few of
mil?
them out. Yeah, one's
Over a
at
mil?
2 point some million. The other one's at 1 point something.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, let's get into your story and get to know you. Where'd you grow up at?
Shit, I grew up in Banning, California, from the IE, from
Okay.
East Side Banning, from the Sapo gang.
And what was it like for you growing up there?
It was cool. Got into normal shit motherfuckers get into. Growing up in the neighborhood, family all from the neighborhood, and gang banging and shit.
So you said your family. So from a young age, it was all that was around you. That all you seen?
Pretty much.
Your parents from your hood too?
Yeah, mom and dad.
So as a young kid, what was that like for you? Growing up and your family is involved in it.
My house was like a party spot. A lot of times my mom was selling dope and shit when I was a kid. Said my pops died when I was 6 years old. Pretty much after that, it was like just fucking around in the streets.
Your dad died when you were 6.
Yeah.
Did he?
He had a
What
fight
happened?
with some black dude at a liquor store. He got stabbed 3 times in the heart, like 6 times in the back, something like that. 8 times in the back.
Damn. And he died from it. And you were only 6 years old.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, like, how did that affect you? But at such a young age,
I think
do
I was
you
too young
remember?
for it to really affect me. You know what I mean? Think maybe getting older and shit, like rolling with the homies and shit, and they be like, I gotta go home. My pop's gonna whoop my ass or something, you know what I mean? And I didn't really, that shit didn't compute for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my mom's would whoop my ass. I knew about that one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds rough, man. So as you're growing up, what is it like for you over there in Banning?
Just fucking around, robbing houses, trying to come up on money, really. You know, my mom's was drinking and on drugs early, selling dope. You know, she was just worried about her shit. Me and my brother out trying to get ours, so ran around with the homies and shit. You know, my homie Lazy, his brother Bullet. We all grew up together running around. Our parents partied together and shit, so, just went hand in hand.
You have a song called "From the Gang,"
Yeah,
I
from a
believe.
gang.
So at what age did you get involved or be from the neighborhood?
Shit, we were young, man. Fucking early teens. Early teens. Like, got into it pretty heavy. Went to youth authority when I was 15. When I was 16 years old, went to youth authority. I got out when I was 21.
So you went to youth authority when you were. Oh, what happened?
Uh, I picked up an assault with a deadly weapon, grave bodily injury. Me and a couple homies and shit. Picked up was it a stabbing, right, Lazy? Yeah. Nah, it was over a fucking stupid ass pager. Some smoker. I came out of my pocket at some smoker's house, and I ended up seeing it. They clucked it to one of my homegirls and shit, and we ran into him all drunk, fucked him up. Ended up, he stabbed one of my homies. Shout out to my homie Criminal out there in Nicaragua. I was just out there with him too a while back. Man, I got a gang of stories, dog. I'll be in and out the countries and shit. But all over the place. But yeah, long story short, he got stabbed up. We carried him, his fucking guts were hanging out and shit, put him in the car. That's what I ended up going to YA for. They tried to charge me for attempted murder with him. And we went back and fucked the other dude up pretty bad and shit, so. Yeah, I don't really want to get into too much detail on shit like that, but. And then went and did 4.5 years for that. Got out for like 20 days. Did a violation for 8 months.
At 16, you're growing up. Your family was involved in it. You said your family, your mom. What was it like for you? Like
Normal.
that just felt normal to you at the
Yeah, I didn't
time?
know nothing else, so it was just normal.
What was your family saying when they found out you were involved in the streets?
Nothing. It was of course nobody's mom wants them into that shit, you know, but like past a certain point there's nothing nobody could do, especially when everybody coming around is involved in the same shit, you know. It's either neighborhood or drugs or whatever the fuck's going on at that time, you know.
Was your mom like, when she found out you were from the hood, was she like mad at you or?
Oh yeah, she used to try to like say my homeboy Bullet, you know, she was like, I don't want that motherfucker over here and all that shit, but she was hanging out with his parents, so it was like, how the fuck you gonna say something? You know, I mean, we just did what we did anyways. I don't give a fuck what nobody had to say, you know. At the time, moms, yeah, but everybody goes through that shit, you know. The homies are the homies.
So as you're growing up and your dad has died, do you think that contributed to you being in the streets and not kind of having that guidance as that male
I
male
don't know.
leader?
Maybe my dad was from the neighborhood too, so I don't know how that would have turned out, to be honest. But I just think that you know, you're gonna be who you're gonna be regardless, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so are you going to high school? You going to school?
Yeah, I went to school. I went up until ninth grade. Then got kicked out. Started continuation. Got kicked out of that. Then from there, I started going to jail. So wasn't I finished school in YA though.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have a brother and two sisters. Yeah. Yeah, my brother's fighting a life sentence right now. He's fighting a murder case in San Bernardino.
Damn.
Yeah, he's the same shit in and out all the time.
This is your older brother.
Yeah.
Did you follow him into the streets?
Nah, he more. I was already from the neighborhood and stuff like that before him. He got caught up in some trouble and shit. Went to jail, got out, and became from the neighborhood and all that.
How long has he been fighting it?
For like a year now. Yeah, for like a year. He was out for about maybe 8 years, 7 years, and then picked up that case.
Well, hopefully everything works out for him, man.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know. So you're growing up, you're seeing a lot of violence. Are you taking this to school? Are you getting in trouble in school or anything?
I didn't really start getting in trouble in school till like 7th grade. 7th grade, I think like the schoolwork got a little hard for me. So instead of like trying to study or whatever, I just went the other route. Started fucking around more, smoking weed and shit. I was already smoking weed when I was 9 years old. So just kept on going harder. That's it. Being in the streets a little more, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. So 16 rolls around, and that's when you catch your case.
Yeah.
What was that like for you, going through that?
Well, I'd never really been to jail, so when I went for like 4.5 years. And it was just learning the ropes, you know, going in. We didn't really have older homies that were like, we had older homies, but they weren't like really schooling us on like the street shit, what to expect if we go to jail and all that shit. So we pretty much went and learned it on our own. And but it was fun. A lot of fighting, a lot of bullshitting, you know, riots and shit. When you're a kid and there's fucking, you know, you gotta roll with the punches or get left behind, you know.
You're 16, you're in YA, and do you spend, when you turn 18, do you go to county or do you just stay in YA?
Stay in YA. There's
Okay.
adults there up until 25 years old.
Okay, how for people who don't know, I just thought it might be
Yeah.
interesting for them. How come it happens like that?
Caught the case as a juvenile, and they have a hearing called, I think it's a 702 hearing, where they either bound you over as an adult or trial you as a juvenile. And I got tried as a juvenile, and I went to youth authority. And then from there, you know, either you can catch more cases and go to prison, or you do your time there, get out, and either you stay out or end up going to prison. So I about 4.5 years, and I got out for like 2 weeks and went back for another like 15 months or something like that to youth authority. And then
So you get out of jail, and you're at what age now?
I
21?
got out when I was 21.
What do you do when you get out? You've been knocked up from 16 to 21, man. Those are
Try to fuck bitches.
prime years.
Yeah, I was young, trying to fuck bitches. That's it, trying to catch up, hanging with the homies, drinking every day, getting into shit still every day. I lasted about two weeks, I think, 20 days, something like that. Then caught a violation for a gun, a couple guns and shit, and did like 15 months in there again. And got out. I was out of YA for about 8 months, and I picked up an 8-year term. Went to prison. So for another stabbing.
So you pretty much grew up
In
in
jail.
jail. And so you did 4 years, 15 months, and then another 8 years, you said?
Yeah.
Um,
I did a little over 5.5 years off of that 8.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Then I got out for 2 days. I caught a gun charge. I went back for another 32 months. I did all that time. Then after that was just like 4 years of violations. And that's it so far. I'm out on bail right now for some dumb shit though.
Growing up in the streets, you know, you're going to see a lot of violence. There's going to be a lot of bullets flying, a lot of, you know, tragic situations. What do you think was one of the most craziest situations you've seen?
It's been a lot. But nothing I could really talk about, you know what I mean? But there's been a lot of shit. We've been through a lot of shit. Bunch of shit. I mean, I've been through so much shit. It's like when I went out on tour on the bus, like the cops from out here went out there and raided us for investigation on some murder cases and shit, you know what I mean? So, I mean, that just explains itself, you know?
The bus got raided?
For me,
For you?
they went all the way to Denver to go take my DNA and shit.
No shit.
Yeah.
Did they arrest you or did they give
Just
ask
a
you
warrant.
bond?
They went with the forensics team and served me a warrant for my DNA. Said either I can give it there or fucking they take me by force and take it anyways. But it was just a warrant to collect a sample, you know. So they just did a little mouth swab and searched and got on their way. Nah, I didn't have no problems when I was on that bus at all. I mean, there's a couple people try to act tough, like, oh, you guys can't be here, but we stayed there anyway. Nobody do shit, you know. I think most of their problems were like with people previously going through there on a high power bus or something, you know, and whatever run-ins they had with those people. But like, you know, you could only explain so many times to people like, I'm not affiliated with that, you know, but you go out there on the bus, everybody thinks you're affiliated with Capone or some shit, you know?
Yeah, Criminal and Capone go way back, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how that shit goes.
So for the people that have never been in the streets or been in any deadly situations, what's it feel like to have like bullets flying at you or something?
I'd say adrenaline. And that's what it is. And then I mean, it just pretty much it happens and it's over. You know what I mean? If you're there with people, might bullshit about it for a few minutes and then go about your day.
You been close to being hit?
Yeah, I've been shot.
Oh, you been shot?
Yeah, nothing major. Just some little shrapnel hit me and shit like that, pellets, but ain't nothing major.
You didn't have to go to the hospital or nothing?
Nah, hell no. Nah. Then they gonna want you to make a report and all that shit, you know what I mean?
Okay, so you get out and then you go back to doing 8 years, but this time you go to prison.
Yeah.
Well, where do they send you?
I went to Delano to reception. From there, I went to Soledad. I was there for a couple months. We got into a riot with the Northerners. Picked up a stabbing battery. I sat in the hole for about 10 months. Ended up getting a little riot for participation in a little shoe for participation in a riot. And then I went down to Ironwood. I was on B yard for like maybe 2-3 months. Picked up a battery. I went to the hole. They sent me to Centinela. I was right there for maybe 5 years. In and out the hole. It was cool though. I ended up picking up an indeterminate shoe there. But I paroled before I got transferred.
So for people who don't know, what's that mean?
Is you get into so much bullshit that they ended up, like they get tired of your ass and just slam you down until they feel like letting you back out of the hole. So I ended up doing maybe about 3 years.
In the shoe? So for people who
in
don't
the
know,
hole back and forth, you know. And then they sent me to the shoe. I did about a year right there into Tehachapi shoe.
So for people who don't know or listening, that's 23.5-hour lockdown, right?
No, that's locked down all day. I mean,
All
you
day.
get out, get a shower, and you come out. But every 3 days, they'll bring you out for an hour, and they put you like in a little, looks like a dog kennel, with a toilet in it, sink, you know.
Outside.
Yeah, that's about it.
A while back, I interviewed Little Rob.
Yeah.
And one of the things he said I thought was kind of interesting. I asked him about, if he had any advice for newer rappers. And he said that to keep your beefing to a minimum. Do you have any advice for any new and up-and-coming artists in the game?
I mean, the only advice I got, man, is the same that I've had for the longest time, is not to step on nobody's toes and just be a man of your word at all times. That way you can sleep at night, dog. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about you bullshitting somebody or anything like that. Or, keep the dissing to a minimum. You shouldn't have to diss nobody, man. I've dissed a couple people in my time, but they kind of deserted at the time. But nowadays you look back, man, it was just a waste of fucking time, waste of breath to even deal with any dissing or anything like that, man, or hear what people got to say with that. But don't step on nobody's toes and just be a man of your word, and you should be good, man.
Now, I haven't noticed you being in any beefs or anything, or at least any public beefs. Is that something you just try to avoid as an artist?
I stayed away from it because to me it's kind of like an internet thing. You put your shit out there like that. To me, I'm dropping music. I'm dropping music for other gang members like myself. I'm doing it for my neighborhood, and if I'm a beef with somebody, I'd rather it be some real street shit, not no music shit, I just don't see myself really doing that. I mean, it's a good avenue to get yourself out there and shit and get some attention and some views and maybe some money and shit, but in this day and age, how much money are people really making off of these streams? By dissing another Chicano rapper, you're really not gonna fucking do nothing, It's kind of irrelevant and just, it speaks for itself. And I think I'm at that point to where I don't need that, and I've carried myself without that this whole time. And I've built some good relationships with people, so I think if I would have done that shit, it would have been more negative than positive, I mean, I went through that shit in the streets already. Beefing with everybody made it hard for me to make money in the streets, so that's why I just go get a job and do this music shit,
I hear that.
Yeah.
I also, there's been a big topic lately that I've seen people talk about is Mexicans using the N-word.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I really don't care. I mean,
Yeah, I interviewed Swifty Blue, and he kind of was like...
People are going to talk however they want to talk, and they're going to express themselves however they feel. I understand that certain people don't respect that or frown upon it, but at the end of the day, it's 2020, so the trends are different. People are in a whole other time zone, so I'm not even 10 years ago. I would have been like, oh yeah, no, yeah, that's for sure. That's a no. Now it's like, hey man, you got motherfuckers painting their hair different colors. You got motherfuckers doing all types of off-brand shit. The homie says, he nigga or something. Hey, it's not a big deal.
Saying that like things have kind of changed and kind of evolved. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
culture and
Everything changes,
You
but that
know?
don't mean you gotta change with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I said, I'm a little older, so you're not gonna see me using that in my music. You know, some of my homies might bullshit and use the word like clowning around with each other and shit, but you're not gonna see us using that in public and stuff, you know. But to each his own. If their homies are cool with it and accept it, then everybody's their own man in the end of the day, you know. But just because they use that word doesn't make them no less of a solid or you know, doesn't make them any weaker of an individual or nothing, you know what I mean? It's just a word. It's like, you know, us saying homie, you know, and they use our words in culture, and our homies are using their words in culture now. So I don't really see it as a big deal.
Okay.
If they're getting paid off of it, I mean, do what you're doing. If it's helping you, fuck it, you know? You gotta do what you do, I guess. I do all right without it.
As you're going in and out of jail, have you ever thought like you wanted to go a different direction with your life?
I mean, yeah, everybody wants to do good and shit, stay out of jail, you know, but I was just doing what I knew. You know, I didn't know nothing else and shit, but I ended up getting out and doing the family thing. I had kids and all that shit, you know. I worked for the union for 5 years as an electrician, and did the music thing and all that stuff, you know. So
you've turned it around.
yeah, I mean, I do a little bit of both.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, so you still got your job right now.
I'm not working right now,
Not
but
working right
yeah.
now. Okay. But music it's taking off for you.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Yeah,
So
music's always been doing all right.
how'd you start rapping?
Shit, I was in prison, and my cousin Sanch, and one of my homeboys that passed away, they were fucking around with it, I guess. But right before I got out, they were already recording and shit, and I fucked around a few times. We always liked music and fucked around, you know. So I recorded a few things over the phone, but it was just trash, you know what I mean? And then got out. My homies were already doing it, so I just fell in with them. But we were always in and out of jail, so it was kind of hard to learn, like catch the beat and the rhythm. And me, I was just spitting some bullshit on there, you know. Now that I listen to old shit, I'll be like, God damn, I used to suck. But nah, yeah, if it wasn't for my cousin Sancho, I wouldn't even be doing music. But we all did it. Like, we started a group of Empire Riders, and we're all family, all from the same neighborhood, you know. So that's pretty much it. We just tried to keep it like as a us thing for a while, you know.
Are you guys still doing the Empire Riders?
We've been talking about doing it again. We just got back the YouTube page, so we're gonna be dropping content. We had lost the password to it for a few years, so we were unable to drop content on it, but we're gonna get back to it.
And how'd you hook up with Criminal?
One of my homies had met him at a show, I guess, when I was busted, and they got his number, and I got out. We contacted him, paid him for a feature, came down, we did a video and all that shit, and ever since then we just like built a bond, became friends and shit, you know.
And Empire Riders was under Criminal, right?
Nah, we were our own thing.
You were your own thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you signed solo under Criminal?
I signed solo, and Empire Riders signed as a group. Yeah, I mean, I ended up going and doing my own thing for a while there.
You said you were on the bus. You hopped on the Mr. Criminal's bus.
Yeah, when we first started the label, he got the RV wrapped, and me and my homeboy and my stepson took it out for like 6 months. Just selling CDs, getting the brand out there, you know, trying to get in everybody's face.
How was it?
It was cool. It was cool. I mean, we had some good times and shit, and ran into a lot of weirdos, and I mean, it was all right.
You guys are on the bus, driving around, and then do you have any music out at this time?
Yeah, I had just dropped my first solo CD with Crime Family.
And you're out there selling that too.
Mm-hmm.
You're selling everybody's music.
Yeah.
Are you hitting the high schools or the shows?
Nah,
or?
we were just hitting all the neighborhoods, all the ghetto spots and shit like that. A lot of people would say, oh, these dudes hitting Walmarts and shit. Yeah, we hit a couple Walmarts, but we were mainly like in the ghetto spots. I mean, that's the people that are listening to our music. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'll pull up to Walmart. There's a bunch of different people. Yeah, you're going to make a little bit of money here and there, but if you go to them in their neighborhoods, you're going to cater right there where it's at, you know, where they want it.
How long were you on the bus for?
About 6 months.
Okay, so you come back from the bus. At one point, do you do From the Gang?
I already did From a Gang right before I jumped on the bus.
So that thing starts taking off.
Yeah, it took off. I dropped the video. I want to say the video dropped when I was on the bus. Or right before I jumped on it, one of the two. And I think we did like 40 to 50,000 views overnight on that video. So I knew that, you know, Criminal starting a fresh label, my album was pretty much done already before I even signed to him. So I knew that if I dropped first, I'd get the most attention. You know, so I already had a couple good songs ready to go and shit, and the videos lined up, so I just ran with it, and it worked out.
Yeah, dope song.
Yeah, appreciate
Did
it.
good numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, I did the remix. The remix did better than the first one, so as far as views go, I like the original better, but...
How many solo albums do you have? Just one?
No, I have 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah, 3 with Crime Family, and I have like a little, a 10 track, like little EP and shit I did on my own.
Oh, what do you have planned for the future?
Well, I have this project right here, and then I...
Oh, you want to talk about who you got on there?
Yeah, I got Glasses Malone on there. I got Little Demon from Pico Rivera on there. I got Criminal on there. My cousin Sinner. My homeboy Necio's on there. The homie Tat 'em Up from San Jacinto's on there. I got a hook with Master P on the DJ Mustard beat. Shout out to the homie Bundy for making that happen. Fuck yeah, I got a few other people on there. It's not really a bunch of features, but it's the ones I got. Cocaine's on it, but I like it. It's more my style. You know, I like the old school West Coast rappers. Master P might be down south, but he lived on the West Coast throughout a lot of his life and shit. So, you know what I mean? We grew up bumping a lot of that shit too.
Yeah, I fucked with Master P back in the day. That was a while ago, though.
Yeah, the ghetto dope and all that.
Yeah.
A lot of people got excuses, man. You know, if you want something, all you gotta do is go out there and get it. That's it. You know, you want to fuck a lot of bitches, get out there and fuck a lot of bitches. You want to make money, get out there and make money. There's plenty of ways to do it. You can do it with the music, do it with the streets, get out there and get a job. Everybody says they can't get a job. If I can get the fucking job, you can get the job. You know what I mean?
It's real shit.
It's just what it is. You do what you want to do. You want to be lazy, be lazy. I mean,
Yeah.
But if you don't get it, somebody else will. I mean, that's what it boils down to.
What are your plans?
I just want to give it like another year. I want to hit this music hard for another year. You know what I mean? After that, just sit back. I want to start this shooter gang, entertainment. I got the clothing coming out. But I want to do it right. You know, I don't want to get a bunch of artists, and I want to get 1 or 2 people and focus on that. You know, I don't want to be doing music while I'm trying to focus on other people. You know, I can't focus on myself and focus on other people at the same time. So I want to. There's a couple artists I got in mind that I'd like to get in touch with and shit, and maybe work something out. You know, but other than that, I just want to stay in the scenes with the music. As far as this gangster shit that you're gonna rap, I don't really see no really like anyone else fucking with me, you know, like, and if as far as their music goes, like, yeah, people got good music and shit, but it's not authentic. I don't see it being real. You know, they don't have the credentials for it. They don't have the background. They're not in the streets doing the shit that I'm still doing. And I'm older. I'm not young. I'm 43 years old. You know what I mean? I've been doing this shit. But I don't ever rap about nothing that I'm not doing. I don't rap about a bunch of money because I ain't out with a bunch of money. You know, I'm a street motherfucker. I don't really consider myself a rapper. See me in the streets, hit me up. You want a picture, get a picture. You want to fuck around, let's fuck around. That's, you know what I mean? Smoke weed, that's all I do. That and try to get to the money, that's it. We got other members though, like Little Lazy. They gave him 38 years. He's gonna be coming back out to court. He's a member of the Empire Riders. That's my little cousin. That's his little brother. Who else?
38 years?
Yeah, 38. He's been down for how long now? Like 8 years, something like that. But he's gonna be coming back out to the county to get a lower sentence. So hopefully he should be coming home soon.
Yeah, they've been lowering a lot of people's sentences.
Yeah, I've been letting a lot of people out because of new laws and shit changing, you know, so that's what he's coming out for. So hopefully he'll be out soon. He could rap his ass off. He's really good.
That's good shit.
Yeah, and he's still young, so hopefully they'll let him out and he can do his thing. I'm pretty sure if he gets out and gets his shit right, he could probably be one of the #1 dudes in the Chicano rap genre.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah, I think if he wouldn't have got locked up, I think he would have probably been the face of it right now.
Wow. That's dope. Well, hopefully he gets out. Hopefully everything works out. Who were your influences? Musical.
Grew up bumping a lot of RBL Posse, Brother Lynch, some dudes from Pomona. Above the Law, bumped a lot Above the Law. DJ Quick, a lot of like the older West Coast. I like Daz, MC8, shit like that. Bumped a lot of Mac Mall, Master P.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the new wave of Chicano rap?
Oh, it's cool. I like it. There's a lot of good artists. I like it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of talent.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes doing their thing.
I mean, if it didn't evolve, like we're a topic now. Like we're getting millions of views. You know what I mean? Like we're actually making noise now. And these labels, if they were smart, man, they'd get behind it because there's a lot of money. Because our people are the ones that make these black artists rich. We're the ones that support and spend all that money and buy their CDs and stream and all that shit. Our people support. We just don't get that support in return. And I don't mean that to sound like some kind of racial shit, but I really don't give a fuck about that. But it's just reality. If the tables were turned and they supported us like we support them, or not just that, if we supported ourselves like we support them, we'd have artists doing the same numbers, you know what I mean? Because we're the ones that are spending that money, that are making these other artists rich and big, you know? We just don't support each other.
I think it's coming.
Hopefully.
There's a lot of artists that are. I see the average of numbers getting bigger. You know, I see more and more artists.
I see like some artists. You know the you know, like they would hit me up. They'll see my shit like probably hitting. They're like, oh, I seen your IGs on my feed a lot. Like I looked up your music. You're doing a lot of numbers. Well, I charge this much for a feature. I go look them up. Like first you're reaching out to me. Secondly, I look at your videos and my shit's doing just as good as yours, if not better. Like, I'm not gonna fucking pay you.
Wait a minute. People reach out to you.
Yeah, like
and then want you to pay them for the feature?
You know, they're fucking hearing my shit, like, oh, this dude's making noise. And of course, if I go spend that money, it might help me in views wise, but I'm not gonna go fucking spend the money on these dudes when my views are doing better than them. You know, they just get a bigger name because they got more access, you know, like how do I say it? Like in the Chicano rap, what are we gonna strive for, like as a feature outside of, I mean, inside of our genre? What, like a criminal feature, a shadow feature, drummer boy or something like? These are the names that we're thinking of, like is gonna help our little career or get our YouTube views up or something, right? A Little Rob, or what's his name that does the fucking MC Magic and shit, you know?
Fingers.
You know, when we're coming up, these are the people we think, yeah, Fingers, okay, I'm gonna get a feature from these guys, they're gonna help me out, right? But how much does that really help us? Right? Well, these black artists, you could just barely come up a couple months, but you have access already at, let's say, the game. You know, because you either got some kind of relations or gang affiliation, and they support their own people. They support their own people like a motherfucker when it comes to the music, you know. Us, it's like, you know, if of course it's all about a dollar, but with us, it's more like we're more standoffish towards each other. But when we go to prison, everybody want to be friends. You get out here, everybody's a bunch of greedy fucks, you know.
Mm.
That's just what it boils down to.
I hear you. How do you,
If we supported each other more, though, and gave our resources to the, you know who's got talent, you know who can make it, you know who can't. So, I mean, if we all gave each other that support, it would help us blow up even better and faster, make us look a lot better as well, you know? Instead of like sitting here, well, if we did this and that, we just got to do it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I do see things getting better, though. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I see a lot more people.
The music's getting better.
The music's getting better, and I do see more people trying to help other people. I mean, whenever I can hook somebody up,
Yeah.
you know, I try to.
No, yeah, me
Hook
too,
another homie
definitely.
up.
Yeah, definitely. But not everybody's like that, is what I'm saying. Like me coming up, if we weren't putting out money, we weren't getting shit done. And that's just what it was. And I mean, that's just a lesson learned. You gotta invest into yourself. For me now, like coming up, if I were to give somebody advice, I'd have to say like this: save your fucking money. Don't fucking spend no money on your features unless you're gonna get that money back. You know, put your money into your own equipment. Get your equipment at home. Learn how to fucking use it, and record your shit for free. Cut out the middleman, get your own cameras, find someone to fucking film it, edit that shit yourself. Put all your money back into yourself.
That's what you did.
That's what I did.
How'd you learn how to film or do the videos? Your videos?
YouTube, man. YouTube.
Looked
I
everything up,
YouTube
learned it?
what camera. I studied what cameras and shit. I don't even know how to use the camera. I just bought the camera, bought the drones, bought all that shit. Had my stepson using that shit. He learned it all, the crane, all the gimbals and shit, and we just went at it, went with it. You know, so damn near every video I got into the 100,000s except for this new one. You know, so it worked. You know what I mean? Made money off shooting videos for people and all that shit too, so it's all good. You invest in yourself, it's gonna come back.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back, you know?
Sounds like you did a lot of investing, man. That's
Yeah.
what's up. Not everybody has that drive.
You know
get
what?
out there and learn. So you had to learn how to
I've
use
seen
the
it from
computer?
Criminal. I've seen it from Criminal. You know, I'm not gonna front. I seen how he was doing his thing. He shot all his own videos. I seen his son shooting his videos. My stepson and his son were friends, so I was like, you know what? Get game. Let's do this shit ourselves, and you know, fuck paying somebody else. You know, videos range from what 200 to a couple thousand. You know, I mean, depending on what you're getting. You know, so I just cut it out and do it myself.
Yeah.
It's just fucking time consuming, but it pays off.
Yeah, I edited my first couple videos. It took a long ass time, man.
Yeah,
It
a
was
couple of them I did
know.
like, I'll get stuck on it and I'll do it like in just a day. Like that From a Gang remix, we're at 2-point-something million. I edited that shit in like 4 hours.
Damn.
Just on it. I was excited about it, you know. This last one I just dropped, It's just one verse, but it took me like 2 weeks to edit. And I was like on it steady because I was just learning how to do effects and shit like that. So, but it's doing all right though. For not dropping music in a year, it's already 25,000, 26,000 views in a week. So we didn't, and I dropped it with no promotion on purpose because I just wanted to see if people were still trying to hear my shit. And obviously they are, so.
Oh, you did a song with FKM recently too.
Yeah, we did that a while back. We just shot the video and he released it recently. So it seemed like a lot of people are reacting to that one pretty good too.
Dope ass song for the IE.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's all we trying to do is put on for the IE, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's
hear
a lot
that,
of
man.
dope artists, man.
That's what I was doing, man. I'd be like the only dude in Denver out there selling. I'd have like a Rialto City shirt or an Inland Empire shirt. Man,
Yeah,
out
we
there.
should have linked up a long time
You
ago,
know?
man. Yeah, we was we were doing the Empire Riders and shit for about what, 8 years, 9 years, something like that on Lazy. It was just we didn't give a fuck about the music, like still don't. It's just we were just a bunch of homies that grew up together, you know, hanging out, doing the same shit we were doing as kids, smoking weed, drinking, and fucking. He had a studio built. We was in there all the time, drinking and making music. That was it.
Man, that's what's up. I'm glad it's working out for you.
Yeah.
Making some money, you know, learning a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah. You know, I'd like to put out one more album as a group. Hopefully we can get it together and shit, you know. Just to do it, you know what I mean? Just to do it. Put it out there. We get a lot of requests for it and shit, you know. So it'd be nice to do it just to get the homies back together one more time, but not everybody's here anymore, so see how we could figure it out.
You got well, you said one of your homies is locked up, right?
Yeah, Little Lazy, he's locked up, and Sinner's locked up right now.
They both rapped on the album?
Yeah, they both were on the album.
Who all was in Empire Riders?
It was me, Lazy, Big Sanch, Danger, Little Lazy, Sinner. That's it, right?
6,
Yeah,
6
that's
of you
it.
guys. Okay.
Yeah, 6 of us.
Hopefully you guys
We have a
knock
couple
another
other
one out.
homies that did music and shit too, but they're lifers and shit, so you know what I mean, they're not getting out no more. But it was a trip because we're all from the same neighborhood, and it's like we had a lot of talent just out of our generation, you know. I don't know, man. It seems like it's a little harder out of our area to get the shine, you know. I don't know what it is.
It is. They don't support out here either.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I get a lot of hate even in my own city. I drop a video, motherfuckers talking about they want to break my back and shit. You know what I mean? That should be funnier than fuck though. But nah, like yeah, out here don't seem. You go out of state and there's love. It's all love out of state. I trip out on that shit. Over here, it's like motherfuckers want to be gang banging on you and shit. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, you know?
I know exactly what you mean, man.
Yeah.
They're ready to grab them CDs quick.
Yeah.
Ready to pay $10.
Yeah, out of state, you make money off a CD, man. Go out there with some sweaters or T-shirts. You're good. They love the lifestyle out there. Even out of the country, man. Motherfuckers don't even know English, but they sing every word of your songs, you know? That's a good experience seeing that shit. We were in the favelas in Brazil, and they're playing the music, just singing every word of the songs. And you try to talk to them in English, they don't know what the fuck you're saying.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah, likewise, man. Thanks
taking
for having
the time,
me.
man. You know, good stories, man.
Oh,
Glad
yeah,
you're doing
appreciate
good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. Used to
for sure.
coming up, starting watching your shit, so good to
Appreciate
come
that,
over
man.
here and shit, yeah.